Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Here's How I Blackboarded. This time it's going to be on the new map Sunset Gulch, as I would like to try out the new Desperado monkey on the map it kind of released with. I brought Quincy this time around for no other reason than just having an easy early game. I don't really want to think too much when doing this run here. Hoping that Quincy can beat round 6, get a dart monkey just in case. And I guess we'll save it for Desperado now since it's pretty cheap. One of the cheaper primary towers. I would specifically like to try out the Desert Phantom for no other reason than I think it looks cool. So that's the tower we're going to showcase today. Now I'm going to get it back here for just because it feels like if I put it over here it'd be a little bit too far in the track, and then back here just feels a little bit more, I don't know, I guess safer, I guess you could say. Anyways, we're not going to rely on Quincy for, I guess, too much in the early game. I would like to get a Druid of the Jungle, just so we can help out early game a little bit more. And then we're going to go and get Enforcer later on. Now, I'm not actually sure which crosspath is better for the Phantom Desert, if it's 025 or 205. I'm going to get 025 this run, just because. But I'm not actually sure if it would be better to go and get the increased attack speed from Quick Draw. I mean, I do plan on getting Alk and Village, which is going to hurt the kind of Wanderer synergy, but I think getting those two buffs, it kind of counteracts that fact. And since this guy has such large range, I don't think we're really going to be able to put those towers in spots where it's not going to take up a lot of range. Anyways, Jungle of the Druid on round 18, that should serve us until the 30s, and then I think by then we'll kind of have a lot of stuff down. But let me just get Wanderer and Nomad. And then I guess we'll get Eagle Eye and the Bullseye upgrade too. But I also like to get Sniper down just for the leads, just get that preemptively. I don't think I'm going to Alk buff Quincy this run, as I do want to get majority of the pops on this guy. It's not going to be too many pops challenge, kind of obviously. But I still like to get most of them on the Desert Phantom. So now we got our crosspathing down. I think we're going to save up for Enforcer, and then I also would like to get Spike Balls as just kind of a safety measure. I think Spike Balls is still somewhat decent, even after its kind of nerfs. The only issue is that, can I actually put Spike Balls down without actually losing Nomad's energy? Surprisingly I can. Alright, Enforcer right now. And then we're going to save 4 Spike Balls, and then that should be enough to beat the Moab. If not, I'd be kind of surprised here. I mean, this is a short lane, and the Moab does go on the railroad tracks here. My Spike Balls now. Going to crosspath it, and then I think that's really all I can get for the Moab. Yeah, it's going to be all my money. So I am hoping that this combo is giving enough here. Hoping that Spike Balls is not washed. Be very disappointing if it was. Here comes the Mob. Let's use Quincy's arrows just to do as much damage as beforehand. Not enough to break the shell, but I mean, somewhat close. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Alrighty. And then I could get some Mermonkey buffs on this guy, which I think I could do, but I think I might worry about that a little later. First things first, let's actually get a Village, as I would like to get the primary training buffs. We are going to lose some stacks of this guy, and the Village actually increases his range, so we lose even more stacks of this, so I guess we're just not going to have any Wanderer buffs. Unfortunate. It is going to be kind of hard to actually take advantage of Wanderer buffs in, I guess, a normal game, just because you want to be using things like Alk and Village. They're just so good. I think we're dead here. Not having the Spike Balls, I guess, in a decent spot kind of screwed this here. Back in the kind of similar place where we kind of left off here. I'm going to get Bouncing Bullet over going for a Village, just to kind of help out against early game stuff. Even though we aren't going to be able to take advantage of Alk here, which is unfortunate, I still think that 2-3-0 is going to be enough to at least help out a little bit here. I'm actually going to get you on first, and you're on strong. Perfect. Might need to use arrows here, just because. Going to get a Village. I am hoping that Spike Factory is close enough to where it gets the buff. Sure does. We are going to lose Wander. That's fine. That's a-okay. Although, I do have to wonder, should I actually get primary training, just because I don't actually think Desert Phantom hits leads. Doesn't actually say in the description whether or not it does, just says hits hard like a mine blast. And this doesn't say it either. So I might need to actually skip out on primary training to go for middle path. Just the way I can actually pop leads. Anyways, going to get Alk here. I probably should have gotten an Alk up here. Oh well. So we can actually get both. That's fine. And really, I'm just going to see if I can save 10k for Avenger. Going to get Alk on Quincy. Even though I said I wasn't, I would just like to make sure that this mid-game is pretty trivial. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to save up straight for Desert Phantom for 63. That's fine. How I'm going to beat that round? We'll kind of see when we get there. This round can be kind of scary, though. Do I need a Storm of Arrows? Nah, Spike Factory can clutch. Alright, now that we got that, yeah, I guess we'll just kind of save up the 33k, see where we're going. I could get some support early, like I could get Mob Glue. I think I do want to get Mob Glue here. The only issue is it's going to have no camo. So I want to see what I want to do about that. And then since I kind of screwed the Wanderer synergy, I guess Mermonkey for the increased Pierce wouldn't be a bad idea. I could also help out against 63, although I might not rely on it for that. Yeah, I think I'm going to commit myself to getting Spiked Mines, and then we're going to save it for Desert Phantom. I think that that defense should be enough to handle 63, as well as any subsequent rounds, as we are doing pretty good mob damage already, and so I'm not really worried about that too much. I think the real test is going to be the BFB this round. But again, with Quincy arrows as well as Spiked Mines, we should be fine. Yeah, like Desperado, clean that so good. Alrighty, 63 time. I always have Quincy's arrows. I guess I'll use Quincy level 3. Okay, a little bit close. Hopefully we can build up more spikes for the second wave. I might need to use Storm of Arrows for wave 2. I would like to save it though. I would like to save it. Okay, and then we'll just use Storm of Arrows for wave 3 just to be 100% safe. Yeah, we're just not going to take chances. 64, I'm not worried about at all. And then we should be able to afford Desert Phantom for the 80s. And so yeah, pretty easy Black Border run. Hopefully not speaking too soon, as it would be slightly embarrassing if turns out we do die at a later round. Let's see, 75 is kind of close. I'll use Quincy's Rapid Shot, but I want to save Quincy 10 for 76. Just use it now. We'll have it up by 79. I might need to use it on 78, but I mean, we are going to get Desert Phantom quite soon, so we might get it before 79. Actually, we're definitely going to get it before 79. This is quite a lot here, so just going to use Quincy's Rapid Shot, and then we should be able to clean just fine. Yeah, Spiked Mines is really good to clean up, as well as Desperado too. Spiked Mines not really doing as much as I kind of thought it would. Desperado is easily out DPSing it. Quincy and Desperado seem somewhat similar in terms of pops. Just gonna use this, then buy Desert Phantom. Nice, nice. Now that we've got our main DPS tier 5, I guess we might as well save for support. I guess the first thing we could do is go for our Moab Glue. Not gonna be too useful when it comes to DDTs, but I think that's fine. Also, I think this guy just one-shot those Moabs there. Alright, 79. We seem to be regrowing just fine, so it wasn't too much of a problem. Yeah, I think it just absolutely just melted those BFBs. Ridiculous. Yeah, definitely weren't lying. They said it does hit hard like a mine blast. They definitely were not lying with that. Alright, Relentless is going to be coming up soon. And then after Relentless, we're going to go for MIB, and then I want to go for Overclock. I'm curious to see how Desert Phantom can handle the ZMG. I'm going to use Quincy's arrows just to be safe. We didn't break the shell, so that might be an issue. Let's see. Nope, just melted that. Alright, Relentless, and we're going to save for whatchamacallit now. Looking back, I probably should have gotten maybe Top Path, but oh well. Absolutely ridiculous. And this would become even stronger once we add Overclock into the mix here. The only kind of round that would scare me at this point is probably 100. So I guess we're just gonna have to get a lot of spike storms for that round. You know, I could save up money to get Abyssal. Actually, no, because I need Lord of the Abyss in order to place the towers on land. So I'd have to get spike storms. I don't think it's worth going for Lord of the Abyss and then first strike. It's kind of a lot of money for just around 100. I want to see if I can even maybe get Call to Arms as well. I think that would also be a huge DPS increase. 85, not 87. Use again Quincy's arrows just to get even more damage. Yeah, but we can easily clean this fine. And then after we get Overclock, Balloon Sabotage would also be a really nice option. And I think that's all I'm going to get in terms of support. And then we're just going to save for around 100 stuff because I think we're honestly going to do just fine. Get stronger stims so that way we get even more uptime on this, because with Overclock we are kind of lose some uptime. DDTs hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's fine. It's alright. I can definitely see that we might struggle to 95. 99 also might be an issue. Quincy has officially hit 20. Quite nice, quite nice. Going to get Sabo, and then, yeah, I guess we're just going to save for one of these. I do wonder if I could take advantage of the whole rubber to gold buff that came a long time ago, where rubber to gold can now de-lead and de-camo. Although the unfortunate part is now I have to hear the rubber to gold sound effect. This round might be a little bit scary. That's a lot of ZMGs. Hoping Desert Phantom can handle it. Like a champ. Like a champ. I'm actually even going to get Wild twice just to see if we even need more damage against the DTs. Going to use this. I'm going to Sabo. Do I actually even need to? Yeah, we're kind of perma-stalling 95. We don't even need them. Okay, 96 is kind of dense. We are struggling kind of a little bit. Let's get our first Spike Storm. We don't have Overclock on that guy, that's kind of why. We'll even get AMD just for the increased mob damage. Do I need to use Quincy's arrows? No. Yeah, it seems that once we have Overclock up, we do melt. We're not going to have Overclock for the ZMGs, I think, which might be an issue. Spike Mines can clean everything. Ooh, it's getting kind of close. Okay, that was really close. 97 I don't think should be too bad. 97 hopefully isn't too bad. We don't have Quincy's arrows, which might be an issue. I can use one of these, as the cooldown will come up 400, and I will use one of these too. We're gonna save Quincy 10 for 99 or 98, I mean. Okay, Quincy popped the ZMG, and then we clean that up just fine. Don't be afraid to use Balloon Sabo here. When I want to use it, probably when towers more balloons, I mean, get in the range of Desperado. So I guess maybe like, I don't want to do it just yet, like probably now. Oh, so I just realized we don't actually have Alk buff on the Spike Factory. Bit of a blunder. I'll use Rapid Shot. Use Storm of Arrows. Okay, 99. Let's see. Let's see Desperado against 99. Using this just to be safe. Ooh, that was actually kind of close. So we might have needed that. We might have needed that. Now, if I die in 100, that'd be really annoying. So hopefully we'll be fine. Use one of these. Quincy's arrows are up. How is Desperado's BAD damage? Kind of poor, actually, which is a little bit surprising. Kind of poor. We're actually not going to pop this. Yeah, we're not going to pop this at all. I mean, we pop it, but it's just really late. We somehow pop DTs at all, but yeah, Desperado's BAD damage is not looking too amazing. I guess it's not really surprising since this isn't really the single target DPS path, but I guess I did need another Spike Storm might have pushed us over the edge here. Even if I use Tornadoes early, it's still not enough. We don't have the DPS for that. Unfortunate. Didn't even pop this time. Guess I do another run then.
Headshot. Come on.